I can see. I can see. I can see. I know who's gonna win this year's World Cup. So let's get into it. Here are my FIFA World Cup predictions for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. This video will be divided into 5 parts, in which I rank the top 5 teams who I feel can win this year's World Cup. So let's get into it. So in 5th position, I have none other than the reigning and defending champions, France. Yes, France have not had the greatest of qualifiers and the greatest of tournaments after the World Cup. For instance, the Euro 2020, where they really underperformed to many people's expectations. But it's so hard to bet against this France team, especially with the current Ballon d'Or winner Karim Benzema residing in it, along with other players such as Kylian Mbappe. But the only thing that makes me put France in the 5th position is their star power. This team is filled with stars, and even though players such as N'Golo Kante, Paul Pogba, and even Christopher Nkunku of lately are going to be missing the World Cup, it won't make France suffer as much, because they are blessed with many midfielders such as Eduardo Camavinga and even other players such as Tchouaméni. So I feel this team is quite strong, and for me, I'm going to put France in the 5th position. And let's see whether Lloris will be able to pick up a second World Cup, as only few players have been able to do so. In the 4th position, I have none other than Germany. Yes, many people will be shocked that I put Germany in the 4th position, because we all saw what happened in the last World Cup. Germany didn't perform well, and they got knocked out in the group stage. To many people's expectations, they really underperformed. But this team under Hansi Flick seems to be a team to be reckoned with. The players from these teams, from the German team, play for top clubs, and most of them are Bayern Munich players who play for either Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and many other teams. And I think the main thing that makes me put this team in the 4th position is the chemistry that they have together. The players are crazy, guys. You have Jamal Musiala, Leroy Sané, Thomas Muller. The only weakness I see in this team is probably the striker, because I don't see any striker, in the team. Timo Werner's out of the World Cup, and the only reason that I put them in the 4th position is because they don't have any striker. So let's get moving on to the team which I have in the 3rd position. And I know many of you all will be very sad that I put them in the 3rd position and not in the 2nd and 1st position. But these are my predictions, and this is what I feel. In the 3rd position, I have Brazil. Yes, Brazil, the team who are the favorites for this year's World Cup. Yes, the reason I put Brazil in the 3rd position is because, I don't know, this team is just too strong. If you look at Brazil all over the pitch, they are star-studded. In defense, you at least have 3 to 4 good players. And in attack, don't even speak about the attack. You have Vinicius Jr., Neymar Jr., Rodrigo, and I don't know what to say about this team. This team is just too good. But the only weakness that I feel this team has is that the coach, Tite, he really has to, select an 11, because this team is just too good. You could play in the goalkeeping position anyone. You could play Alisson, you could play Edison. But I think if this team doesn't rotate a lot, I think they can really win the World Cup, because this team needs all this team needs is just chemistry, and that's the reason that I'm putting Brazil in the 3rd position and not in the 2nd or 1st position. So let's move on from that and move on to the team which I have in the 2nd position, and the team that I have in the 2nd position is none other than England. And I know many of you all will be laughing at me, saying, Waylen, what the hell? Why England in the 2nd position? But this English team looks so strong. The only weak link I see in this team is probably Harry Maguire. But otherwise, if you're looking at this team, you have players like Harry Kane, Mason Mount, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, Rashford. It's crazy, guys. And the only disadvantage I see in this team is probably the manager, Gareth Southgate. He is blessed with so much attacking talent, and yet this guy always plays a back 3 for some reason. Why, Southgate? If you can get the best out of Harry Kane, the best out of Raheem Sterling, the best out of Mason Mount, the best out of Jude Bellingham, the best out of Declan Rice, the best out of all the players. This team can go far into the tournament, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go all the way too, because they are very, very strong. And yeah, I have England in the second position. And lastly, let's get to my number one pick. This pick, I don't think it will surprise a lot of people, but I'm going with Argentina at number one. I can't bet against this Argentinian team. They've been unbeaten since the 2019 Copa America. That's crazy. Unbeaten for 3 years? That's obviously non-existent and not heard of. Argentina are looking so strong. They've been unbeaten for 35 matches under their captain Lionel Messi. And in my opinion, this is Lionel Messi's last chance to win the World Cup with Argentina. And this is probably his best chance ever. Because if we go back into the years that Lionel Messi has played for Argentina, it's often been very sad, because he's either had a very poor team in terms of the defense, because Argentina have always had a weak defense. But when I look at this team, they have names like Lisandro Martinez, Christian Romero, Tagliafico, Mateus Acuna, and many other players, and players such as Rodrigo de Paul. It's crazy, guys. And there's one more team, meaning there's one more reason why I'm putting Argentina number one. The team chemistry. It's insane. If you touch Messi, guys, you're dead. I'm telling you right now. Any players who are planning to touch Messi in the World Cup, you're dead, guys. There's no way of surviving against this Argentinian team. And for me, I feel this is going to be the year that the footballing, the whole football stratosphere, they start to understand that Messi is the best player ever. He just needs that one trophy, guys. If he gets the World Cup, he's completed it all. He's done football. And it's so hard for me to bet against this Argentinian team. And I'm telling one more thing. This is one more thing that I'm going to put into this video. And you can clip it later. Whichever team beats Argentina, if the Argentina lose to any team, that team is going to win the World Cup. I have no doubts about it. But for me, in number one, it has to be Argentina. And for me, Argentina will be taking home the World Cup this year. Clip it, send it to all your friends. And yeah. Whatever you feel, you can say it in the comment section. Bye, guys.